So ladies and gentlemen, let me now say a few things in English that is particularly relevant for the Bhutanese in Australia. Let me first delve into the Gelsung program, which is Bhutan's national service, as this will be important for all the Bhutanese youth in Australia and for their parents. I think as you would be aware, the Gelsung program was announced by His Majesty the King in 2019, and His Majesty has envisioned the Gelsung to empower all Bhutanese youth to participate in the process of nation building, to further enhance the security, peace, unity, harmony and sovereignty of Bhutan. It will aim to enable each and every Bhutanese to realize their full potential, become productive and worthy citizens of Bhutan. And I think His Majesty stressed this earlier. The thought of Makamate and Hajin Suchuru Duni Italian The Gelsung is a fundamental duty required of all Bhutanese citizens as per our Constitution, and in November 2022, the Parliament of Bhutan enacted the Gelsung Act, which means that it has become law. So as per this Act, Gelsung will be compulsory for every Bhutanese citizen who turns 18 years or completes class 12 in Bhutan or year 12 for those in Australia. His Majesty has said that even his royal children will be required to undertake the Gelsung training. The only persons who are exempt are those in monastic or religious schools, or if a person is deemed medically unfit by the medical board, or if someone is pregnant. Evasion of Gelsung will be an offence liable for a felony of the 4th degree under the Penal Code of Bhutan. Each year, the Gelsung training will start on 1st of March and end on 31st of January the following year. That is 11 months. But since there will be a short break in between, in effect, the full duration of the training will be 10 months. However, only the first batch of Gelsung, which will start on the 1st of September in 2024, next year, and this will end in January of 2025. So the first batch will only have 4.5 months of training. Now the Gelsung training will take place in 4 academies and will comprise of 3 months of basic military training and then followed by the skills training in one of the following areas. Number 1, ICT skilling, which will involve cybersecurity, data science and programming. Number 2 is home security skilling, which will involve construction technology and the trades. Number 3 is food security skilling, which will involve agricultural technology and practices. And number 4 is community security skilling. So here you will learn about firefighting, traffic, disaster and public order management. All of these trainings will not only be useful for the youth of Bhutan, but also not only for the youth, but also for Bhutan. And His Majesty also mentioned this in his speech. So Gelsung is a noble initiative of His Majesty that will make our youth highly capable, skilled and confident to take on any responsibility and succeed wherever you are in the world. Basically, His Majesty is setting our youth up for success. Building the capabilities of our youth will then translate to building a stronger and prosperous nation. And this Gelsung is definitely tied to the vision that His Majesty has. Therefore, I urge all the Bhutanese youth in Australia aged 15 to 18 to explore the Gelsung website for detailed information and reach out to the embassy, where we have a focal officer, for any clarifications. The Gelsung Secretariat has informed me that as of today, 142 students have registered from Australia for Gelsung. I expect that there will be more. After my speech, we will also play a short video providing an introduction to the Gelsung. Secondly, I want to bring to your attention the rising threat of online, telephone and text message scams. So what I'm saying is these are all relevant to people in Australia. Recently, some of our fellow Bhutanese, especially new arrivals, have fallen prey to scams, and they were either tricked or threatened and scammed of huge amounts of money. And this has led to heavy financial losses and caused immense stress and distress to the victims. And not only to them, to the victims, but also to the parents, friends, and even the embassy is extremely worried. Online, telephone, and text scams are a huge problem in Australia, and it is estimated that Australians lost $3.1 billion to scams in 2022 alone. Therefore, the police, banks, and even universities have regular awareness campaigns on how to avoid being scammed. If you encounter threats online or by phone, as some of our Bhutanese have faced, I urge you to report that incidents promptly to the police, the Bhutanese associations in your cities, or call the embassy to prevent further victimization. We must all be vigilant as a community and educate newcomers about such risks. Another critical issue that I want to touch on is road safety. In the past 2 years, several driving-related activities have led to injuries, and sadly, a few of our precious Bhutanese lives are lost in Australia. Such incidents are extremely painful for the family members and for the entire Bhutanese community in Australia. Given the frequency of such incidents, we have requested the Bhutanese associations and the universities to provide orientation sessions on safe driving to newcomers. I strongly advise recent arrivals to prioritize driving lessons for your own safety and others on the road. Next, I want to highlight the investment incentives offered to all Bhutanese living abroad by the Royal Monetary Authority of Bhutan and financial institutions. Recently, a delegation from RMA and the financial institutions visited Perth, Canberra, Melbourne, and they also came here in Brisbane, I think 2 weeks ago, to share information about exclusive financial products tailored for Bhutanese living abroad. Now, from Australia, you can even access a wide range of deposits, credit and financial schemes, and interest rates that are even higher than Australia. You can even trade in the stock market of Bhutan without a broker. So I encourage all of you to explore these opportunities on the RMA website and strongly consider investing. By investing in Bhutan, you will not only allow your money to grow, you will also be contributing to the financial and economic growth of our country. And this, I think, is a great contribution that the Bhutanese living in Australia can make for Bhutan. Lastly, I would like to share that there are now an estimated 30,000 Bhutanese living in Australia, the majority of whom are students, and the remaining are working in different fields. I've met with many of the Bhutanese living in the different Australian cities and have been inspired and impressed by our achievements in Australia. I'm heartened by the positive feedback received from Australians about the sincerity, hard work, trustworthiness, and reliability of the Bhutanese community. Let us maintain this good reputation and continue to remain united. In a country like Australia, which has 26 million people, we are a very small community of only 30,000 people. But if the 30,000 of us are united, we will be a stronger community. Let me conclude by mentioning what I've always said several times in the past. While I'm the official ambassador of Bhutan to Australia, I think every Bhutanese in Australia is also an ambassador for Bhutan. And each one of us must represent Bhutan with pride and dignity in Australia. Thank you, Ambassador.